And remove your hats as the Luke Air Force Base Honor Guard presents our nation's colors. Please remain standing as Dean of Students and Campus Pastor at Grand Canyon University, Chaplain Tim Griffin, offers our invocation.
Would you join me in prayer, please? Our God and Heavenly Father, we pause first of all to acknowledge your presence and to thank you for your grace and peace in our lives. God, at the same time, we want to thank you for our veterans. Thank you for their service, their support of our country, and those that have stood in the way of harm to defend our freedoms. Bless them today, we pray, as we honor them. Lord, now we pray for our drivers and crews. Keep them safe in today's competition, we pray. For we ask it in Jesus' name and for his sake. Amen.
Starting on the pole, Kevin Harvey, Bakersfield, California. That's the starting lineup for the ISM Raceway and a packed house on hand. We're just watching the fan access, which is a lot of what this rebuild was all about, allowing fans to get right in the middle of things. And Jeff Striegel, right now, that's exactly where they are. It's a mob scene on Bear Road.
It really is. This place is just absolutely amazing. If you want to put a racetrack on your bucket list, wish list, make this the top of the list because it's absolutely spectacular, Rusty Wallace. They're sold out in the grandstands. They're selling an infield pass, and obviously, based on what we can see, thousands of fans are going to take advantage of that. The hillside begins to fill up, all because, not only because this is a great place, it's Elimination Day here in Phoenix at ISM Raceway.
This is one of the biggest races of the entire year. Everybody is working hard to get to this point, and when this is all done, we're going to know which 4 drivers go to Homestead Miami Speedway for the big championship race. But right now, you can feel, I was down there in the garage area, it feels electric in that garage area. They're all jacked up, they're ready to go. There's a lot of pressure on these drivers to make that final 4. But first, they got to get through turn 1, and right now, it's going to be pretty exciting as they go across this brand new start-finish line location and get down into turn 1. They're going to be 3 and 4 wide, go hauling off in that corner. And guys, I can't wait for the start of this race.
Well, you know, the other day, Rusty, we saw for the first time, I'm thinking in history, anywhere, we had practice restarts because these guys don't know what to expect. Stay above that yellow line, coming to the start-finish line. After that, they can spread out as wide as they want to, and that's what was being worked on in the Xfinity race and the truck race, and it's what some of the Cup guys are looking at as being maybe a possibility to get a jump on one of those restarts and maybe even the initial start.
Well, I think after 2 or 3 restarts, they'll figure it all out. But the first 2 or 3, I think, might be tough because these cars make about 850 horsepower. So when they pound the throttle, they'll be in second gear as they get ready to get going, coming off turn 4. And the restart zone is right in the middle of the old turn 1 and 2 in a real tight area of the corner. So I think they're going to be turning quite a bit when they mat the throttle. And when they do, those rear tires could go up in smoke, and we could cause a melee there. I don't think it'll happen, but it's got the potential to happen.
Bottom line, Joe, what was 1 and 2 is now 3 and 4 and vice versa. What was the front straight is now the back stretch and vice versa. They're all turned around. The only thing that wasn't touched here is the actual racing surface.
Yeah, and all the pressure on top of all those changes makes it even more electric as we get ready for the start of the Can-Am 500 here this afternoon. Now, let's go trackside and get the command to fire engines and start today's race.
And now, for the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome your Grand Marshal, star of CW's Riverdale, Skeet Ulrich.
Drivers, start your engines!
39 cars come to light here at ISM Raceway, the Can-Am 500.
And we are set to go here in Phoenix. You're watching Truck Talks on YouTube. It's ISM Race Phoenix. That is the venue for tonight for today's race. An early race, 12:30 here Phoenix time, which is an on-start time for a race. That is usually a start of the race, a start time for the race at the beginning of the season, like Las Vegas. 39 cars ready to go to life here. 4 of them are going to be going into the championship 4 at the end of the day. Big question for today. This is a knockout race. Is there going to be any spoilers to separate the big 3? Joey Logano, not a big 3, already punched into the final round. Who else is going to follow him? The big 3, Kyle Busch, is leading in points right now. Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick in. 1 more spot left. Martin Truex Jr., he's 3rd in the standings. But he has had a rough, not really a rough round, but not as solid as some of these drivers. So how is this going to stack up for Martin Truex Jr.? He's the one that possibly is going to be out. Kyle Busch It's going to take a lot to get him out of the playoffs. 312 laps in this race. And 2 cars starting at the back, and that's Paul Menard from a backup car. Same with Cody Ware as a backup car, who's going to send him to the back. And there's a look.
Possibilities. What we deliver by delivering.
Race day? I'm making chili.
Nah, hot dog.
Chili.
No. Hot dog.
How about a sub? With chili. Race day calls for a Coke.
Nothing better.
It's tailgate 101. Now delivering the ultimate protection your vehicle needs is as easy as grab, pull, and pull. Introducing Valvoline Full Synthetic and the new Easy Pour bottle. Faster, cleaner, proven.
Still laying on pit road. And now they're starting to roll off. Kyle Busch will lead us, followed by Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano, Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott. There's like Kurt Busch. He could be one of the persons that's going to spoil this top 4. Martin Truex Jr. is going to line up behind him. So Kurt Busch, I think you are going to look at him or Chase Elliott to spoil this big 3 going to the playoffs. You have basically Martin Truex Jr. is on the line here. Most of them are set. Something huge is going to have to happen to get Kyle Busch from going into the Championship 4. Everything has changed here at ISM since the spring race, as long with that used to be turn 3 and 4. Now that is turn 1 and 2 back in that corner. The straightaways at the back, the stands used to be there, and the finish line where they're going right now used to be in that corner. Now that's the entrance into the pits, as well as the back stretch. We are set for some good racing today. I could sense it. I hope you guys can feel it also. It's going to be a good day to race. And the restart section is in the corner, so that's going to turn up interesting because you're going to have to restart in the corner, even if you're in first place. That is the start-finish line right there. At a little bit of a turn, you can dive under the yellow line. We will see a lot of that today. Anticipation starting to set in. We only have one of these left after today, a start of the race, and then we have a 3-month break. So you guys want to take it in while you can. The same with all the pre-race rituals as the invocation and the national anthem. We will not be seeing that for 3 months after next weekend. This is possibly Truck Talks' last race of the season. So this is Truck Talks' last race of the season, probably. And we are going to bring the whole race to you. Phoenix ISM Raceway. 2 to go. Then after that, we are going to head to Florida and Miami to end the season. That's a race that's very bittersweet. The bitter part being that the season's over. The sweet part is that we finally get to see who wins the championship for all 3 NASCAR series: the Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, and of course the Monster Energy Cup Series. As the back end starts to catch up with the front, we should have 1 to go here at the line. The second half of the field catching up. Is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. going to shake things up a little bit? In third place. That's not a great season. He's in third though, but let's see what's going to happen after this at this restart. Paul Menard waits to go at the back of the line. Paul Menard going back till at the end of the line for a backup car going, and with Cody Ware will also follow up to the back. Cody Ware was already starting towards the back of the line, but this is going to send him further back. We are almost set to go green at possibly the last race of the season for Truck Talks. First of all, and here we are. We are going green. Thank you guys for watching and supporting Truck Talks throughout the season. As they head to the Geico restart line, there it is. Harvick's going to lead them. They're underway. Harvick goes under, and he's going to win out over Chase Elliott. Green flag is in the air. Some dive to the inside. Most of the inside line will go down to the inside. Harvick clears Chase Elliott. Blaney will go bottom. Looks like the 20 of Eric Jones didn't have a great restart, as long with Kyle Busch. It's usually a great restart. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is not fast at all. He's falling down. He's taking Alex Bowman down with him, as long with Martin Truex Jr. is going down to the bottom. Bowman is under Joey Logano. Martin Truex Jr. will dive down to the bottom. He won't pick anything up. Joey Logano doesn't have to worry about anything this race. He's already in the championship floor. First lap complete. Kevin Harvick leads it. Stenhouse will stay in front of Joey Logano at even length. Kyle Busch stays in 5th. Joey Logano will go up next to Stenhouse and try and overtake him into turn 1 and 2. Used to be turn 3 and 4, but they changed the whole setup here at ISM/Phoenix Raceway. Joey Logano does have a Penske teammate and Brad Keselowski right behind him, and he'll bump Ricky Stenhouse, and he was loose on that. I don't think that was intentional. He was loose. Here's a pass between Eric Jones and Kyle Busch, teammates, but Eric Jones will fight him on this because Kyle is in the playoffs. We have 2 Penske teammates, all Fords, though, against Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who's Roush Fenway. And Brad Keselowski going to try and get the pass on Joey Logano. He'll make it stick almost to the start-finish line. They both dive under the line. Keselowski a little further. He'll get the edge out and the advantage, and he'll pass Joe Logano. Not all the way, though. He will get it there. Not a very good entry by Brad Keselowski, but he'll be able to make the pass. Brad Keselowski dives onto the inside. He's going to try to take Ricky Stenhouse, who's stabilized himself. Starting in third, wasn't fast enough. Got booted way down back. Sitting in 8th now, he started 3rd. Took Alex Bowman with him, who's sitting in 10th. But he's stabilized in 8th in between the two Penske teammates. Top speed so far is 134 miles per hour. Kevin Harvick in first, Chase Elliott in second, both of the playoffs. Chase Elliott basically needs the win here to go on, so he's going to fight it. He's going to bring all of it. He's the only Hendrick Racer still in it, in the championship, so he's going to give it all he has today to stay in this. He doesn't have anything to lose. That's what he's going to go at. That's the way you have to tackle it if you're on the outside. Same with Kurt Busch, who's sitting in 4th right now. He's got to give it everything he has. Ryan Blaney, only playoff driver not in the top 4 right now. He's sitting in 3rd. He's been very strong the last 2 weeks, including Texas. He's usually pretty strong at Texas. Finished 2nd there, and now he's sitting in 3rd at Phoenix. Phoenix is not really one of his strong suits. Average finish about 8th or 9th. And as the 10th lap comes along, we'll send it to Motor Racing Network MRN Radio for the call till lap 50.
Stenhouse Jr. has had his hands full since the start of this race, and for the first time since this top 10
The times on the racetrack, how fast he is around this track, and Kevin Harvick, he really can't get away from Chase Elliott. Chase has got a really long car early in the running right now. That last time by, exactly the same time, 26.97 second lap, getting around this racetrack, and that is a
laps into the Can-Am 500 here at ISM Raceway in Phoenix, Arizona. Motor Racing Network, live coverage on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Playoff contenders for the moment, not too bad a shape, Jeff Striegel. They're all inside the 117 right now.
Yeah, but there's some that need to be a lot better than that. But Boyer right now is 17th. That will not get him in a virtual must-win situation. He's got to find his way to the front. And Truex, a bit of a surprise. He's way back there in 15th. Steve Post, what are they saying about Martin right now, early on?
What they're saying about him and what Martin is asking and talking to him about is, Chief, is he cannot find any grip. He's tried inside, he's tried that little groove.
Welcome back to Truck Talk here at ISM Phoenix Raceway. Clean lap so far. There hasn't been much problems at all, except for there have been a few complaints by drivers, including a big through driver, Junior, who needs a good race here. 10 points above currently in the 50th lap. And that is Martin Short Jr., who's currently sitting 13th. He hasn't been able to get anything started up. He's only lost spots. Same with Rick Jr., who is not a playoff driver, but he did start in the third position, so he's complaining a little bit also. You have to go with the big story right now. Jr., who is struggling on the long runs. Eric Amarola is also struggling too. He needs basically a must-win situation for Eric Amarola if he wants to go to the championship four. Same with Boyer, who's sitting 15th. He's been struggling too. Hasn't made much ground at all. Joel Logano sitting in 20th, just coasting along in this race. Kevin Harvick. He's going to be bad trying to win. He wants to. He has already met his spot. He just wants some points going into the championship. Chase Elliott sitting in second. This is basically a must for him unless something goes wrong. Rick Jr. He has to call the day. Kurt Busch almost a must-win also for him. Really, they're not three or Joey Logano. This is a must-win situation if you want to go on. Kyle Larson rebounded over the last couple of weeks. He had a tough start to the playoffs. Round two, he was out, and then he started to come back. He hasn't had a great season, but he did make the playoffs. Denny Hamlin's having a bad day right now. Denny Hamlin's pretty good. Phoenix is one here for. Kyle Busch 36 points. He's going to lose 36 spots. If he's going to want, if he's out to get out of this, he's going to do all right. He should be in it. Something drastic got to change for him to get out of the playoffs. But it's Phoenix, and it's the playoffs. Who knows what's going to happen? Not too much excitement here. The restart at the end of the race, where it's going to get real exciting with the changes at the track. With the new start line, restart, you can dive under the yellow line by a yards. Really hasn't shown them any advantages. Some of the drivers made a few passes on it. But the regular line is preferred. Kurt Busch and Kyle Busch trying to fight it out. Kurt Busch trying to fight the inside of Kyle Busch. Will get there, possibly. Turn 3 is there. Four. Kyle Busch is going to get a good exit off four, and he's finish line fifth. Sorry, sixth. This is about as average as round six running. Hasn't really. Hasn't had an amazing round like a standard Kyle Busch would. Lap traffic is going to start to make a difference. Kurt Busch coming back throttle a little bit. Turn landing castle up Matt Benedetto low. Kyle Busch nowhere to go. Busch dives all the way to the inside. He's going to pick up ground. He's going to make the pass of Kyle Busch. Landing castle. Kyle Busch will drag Castle and get off of him in turn 1 and 2. But he's going to sit behind Busch now. Clint Boyer still sitting. And where is Kurt Busch? Clip Boyer, 15th now. He did pick up a spot off of Ryan Newman. 14th, now 13th, Martin Jr. Martin Jr. Great start. He's definitely has to make adjustments once they come in. The pit window should be opening up pretty soon. It is the 60th lap now. And you gotta expect he's gonna make adjustments. Same with Clint Boyer. He's gonna have to make adjustments to go in this race. Chase Elliott looking pretty good now. Half a second behind. Usually at this point, if Kevin Harvick, most of the Kevin Harvick standard wins, he would be about 2 seconds ahead at this point. Not even he's half a second above Chase Elliott, who stayed in this. That is a good sign for him. No adjustments probably. Kevin Harvick doesn't really need to win. He's just proving, and he's going to get some playoff points, which are still very valuable when you go into Championship 4. Though usually a win will get you the win in the Miami race, the championship, and it's still nice to have those points. Kyle Larson up high. He loves the preferred high line, and Kyle Busch is going to have good entry on turn 1 and 2. Kyle Larson hugs the wall. Good exit off turn 2. He's going to make the pass. David Reagan on the inside. Kyle Busch has to look up high. Kyle Larson makes the pass. He stays at the high line. He's not going to block Kyle. But Kyle will come up high on this exit. They're running at about... They are drafting now. As Busch will... let Larson have the spot. He's not going to battle now. We still have plenty of time left. Let's run through your top 10 now. First, you have Kevin Harvick. Second, you have Chase Elliott. Third, you have Ryan Blaney. Fourth, Denny Hamlin. Fifth, Brad Keselowski. Sixth, Kurt Busch. Seventh, Kyle Larson. Eighth, Kyle Busch. Ninth, Eric Jones. And 10th, Alex Bowman. Some of these drivers aren't in the playoffs. That's a bad sign for those playoff goers. 12th, Eric Almirola. 13th, Martin Truex Jr., and 15th now, Clint Boyer. Those are your playoff drivers. And then you have Joey Logano in 21st. He's safe, so you don't really have to worry about him. He's just in 21st right now, trying to survive this race. Let's look at the back of the pack. Timmy Hill, 26 laps behind. He's out right now. Tanner Berryhill, first career race for him, 4 laps down in the number 97 car. Ross Chastain, 37, 3 laps down. 36, Cody Ware, 3 laps down. He started at the back of the pack in a backup car, but he is doing not bad at all. And DJ Kennington, 35th, 2 laps down. Same 34th, Landon Castle, 2 laps down. And there are your small-time drivers lineups right now. There's the number 97 right behind Denny Hamlin there. Denny Hamlin not having a bad day. He's 4th place. He's pretty good at Phoenix usually. So we expect him to do all right in this race. This and Richmond are his probably, and New Hampshire are probably his 2 best tracks out on the circuit. He usually runs very well there. Michael McDowell made the move out of Levine Family Racing last season. Big news came out for Jeffrey Earnhardt the other day. He is now going to Joe Gibbs Racing in the Xfinity Series next season. That is huge news for Jeffrey Earnhardt. Well earned. He is one of the hardest working drivers out there, day in, week out. So congratulations to him. Well deserved. He's one of those drivers that definitely deserves to do a lot better than he is right now. And Joe Gibbs Racing and Extreme Concepts, I think it is, his sponsor, are going to help him follow his dream. Paul Menard getting lapped now. He started the back of the field. For Wood Brothers Racing. Let's see how he's doing right now. He is 32nd, 2 laps down. Not great start for him. Backup car, definitely not on point right now. Matt DiBenedetto in 30th. He's moving to the Levine Family Racing next season in the 95 car. Bubba Wallace doing good. 25th for him. He usually averages about 29th to 30th. Same with Ty Dillon, who's in 23rd. They have made steady improvements. Ty Dillon is really, we haven't talked about him much, but he's having a very good playoffs. Average finish was about 29th, 30th. He has really gone up to about the mid-20s, so he's probably picked up about 3 or 4 average spots. So good for that. Team Germain Racing, one of the smaller teams. And pit stops are starting. Kevin Harvick's in. He's going to slow down all the way. First pit stops in the Cup Series at the new configuration of this track. Let's see how they handle. He'll pull around turn 3 and 4. His stall is the last one. And he won't be able to pit and he will be able to pit. He's got a flat tire, so he's in trouble. He really doesn't have to rely on this race, though. So it was not a scheduled stop. He has a flat tire. He did rub up against the wall, and they'll just fix those 2 tires, gas, and he's out. Caution will be out. So Kevin Harvick brings out the caution. Chase Elliott in the lead, much needed for him. He needs a must-win situation here. 76 laps done with. We expect them to go through pit stops here on this this finish line, this caution also. Kevin Harvick, a tough break. He's going to get the free pass, though. He's in 30th currently. He will be on the lead lap, and we all know it's Kevin Harvick, so we wouldn't be too surprised if he ran back up the field. But a huge break for Chase Elliott. Same with Martin Truex Jr. and Clint Bowyer. They can finally go in and make those much-needed adjustments. We'll give it to MRN while it's a caution.
A flat tire by the race leader Kevin Harvick, and more on that in a moment. We already know that Joey Logano next weekend in Homestead, but I guess the question is, who will he be racing against? It's time for an MRN fan vote. Who else do you think will make the championship race? A, Kevin Harvick. Interesting now. Kyle Busch,
lap 79 here at ISM Raceway. End of stage 1. The field's on pit road, Winston.
Yeah, everybody down here is Chase Elliott easily the first off, then Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, then Brad Keselowski and Kyle Busch, Eric Almirola, Joe Logano. Also on this end of pit road, getting 4 tires in Sunoco fuel and tons of chassis adjustments. Expect Kevin Harvick to come back down pit road. They're going to put 4 tires on. They didn't get him all the way full with Sunoco fuel, and even though he was a lap down, was not at this point wave around eligible. So that's what they're going to try to put themselves in a position to get the wave around if there's a caution flag or when there's a caution flag. Alex?
If Kurt Busch's team did not gain him a position or 2 on pit road, I'll be shocked. It was an absolutely picture-perfect stop. The choreograph was best on it. 4 tires, Sunoco fuel, slight air pressure adjustment. Kurt Busch's team getting the job done down here on the pit lane. Clint Bowyer's team a big swing on the chassis and with a very loose race car in the opening stage. Steve Post?
Winston talked about Chase Elliott, the first one in and the first one out. Well, when you don't have to make any adjustments, it's easy to do a quick pit stop, and that's what they did. Then the very first pit box, and it was in and out quickly for Chase Elliott. Brad Keselowski was in, Matt Kenseth was in, William Byron was in. Chassis adjustment from Martin Truex Jr. as they worked to dial in his Toyota car. Denny Hamlin and then Alex Bowman also getting good service.
You heard Alex Hayes talk about Kurt Busch. Yeah, lightning quick pit stop. Kurt Busch out second behind Chase Elliott. Kevin Harvick just now pulling away. He is a lap down. He did pit when pit road was closed, so that means he is not eligible for the wave around. And as it all unfolded back here on lap number 74, a cut down tire. Here's what Kevin had to say.
It looked like it just went flat, or did it melt the bead? No, it's not a bead. It's not, definitely not a bead, so it's not temp related. Okay, temp or, because I never had any brake fade or anything. Yeah, the wheel and all the temperatures were fine. It's like a tire failure.
MRN's track scanner and two-way communications are provided by Racing Electronics, the #1 choice for race scanners and headsets, along with the popular FanVision handheld unit. Visit racingelectronics.com for more information.
Best tailgate? It's gotta be burgers. And an ice cold Coke.
Real football y pollo asado.
Oops, and wings. And subs.
Nah, hot dog.
No, Dodger Dog.
I'll drink to that. Pass me a Coke. It's gotta be crawfish. Mac and cheese. No. 7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus. What? You need a hot grill. And an ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day? Race day.
Calls for Coke. You know it.
It's tailgate 101.
Things happen fast in racing, and if you don't know where to look, you can miss it all. With Legend from Racing Electronics, you'll never miss another moment. Legend gives you live FanVision video, in-car cameras, and stats at NASCAR and other Premier Series events, and the next-generation race scanner for unfiltered driver and crew audio at any motorsports event nationwide. NASCAR fans have never been closer to the action. Welcome to the future of the fan experience. Learn more by visiting racingelectronics.com.
Getting ready to go back under the green flag to start stage number 2. Chase Elliott will lead him to green. Kevin Harvick will be 1 lap down, starting 29th. From ISM Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hercules Tires will get you there, whether you're running on dirt or running a job. Our dependable, high-quality tires are the perfect fit for your needs. For unmatched value, selection, and warranty with industry-leading road hazard protection, there's only one choice: Hercules Tires. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com or call 800-677-9535. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
When the smoke settles, the entertainment never stops. On race weekend, your favorite NASCAR personality is an everyday superhero.
Chase Elliott is going to victory lane.
But when they leave the track, they're just like us, everyday people.
As I've said before, I'm gonna be me, and
I'm Susie Armstrong. Join me on a daily journey as we discuss the hot topics and engaging personalities of NASCAR Nation. The world of racing, weekdays on the Motor Racing Network.
Green flag back out at ISM Raceway. Chase Elliott drives ahead of Kurt Busch. 3 wide with Denny Hamlin. He's left out to dry. Kyle Busch, though, takes him. Kyle Larson had to go under. He's going to go loose. He had to go under the yellow line in the corner. He had to check up so he didn't hit pit road. He's in trouble. He lost a lot of spots off that. He went loose. Kyle Larson is usually a high type of driver. He goes way loose. Contact looks like between Clint Boyer and Kyle Larson. 3 wide between him and Eric Jones. They'll make it 2 wide, and Clint Boyer will lose to Kyle Larson. Clint Boyer's been struggling all day. And here's the battle between Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney. Kurt Busch goes out ahead now. Ryan Blaney will dive all the way to the inside. He goes far to the inside, and he's able to get the advantage off of Chase Elliott going into the turn. Chase Elliott used the highlight. It's going to work, and he is going to complete the pass on Ryan Blaney. Behind him, another Penske teammate, and Brad Keselowski. He's going to go up against the bumper of Ryan Blaney, give him a little push. Did it help? Doesn't look like much. But they are at about even. 85 laps in, second stage. 3 lead changes in all. Chase Elliott almost a second behind Kurt Busch, who's running away. And now let's look at where Kevin Harvick, 28th, a lap down. Tough break for him. He did have a penalty for coming in with 2 laps to go left in the stage. That is a penalty on Kevin Harvick. That is why he is currently in right now. So trouble for him early. This doesn't matter for him. He's already in the playoffs. Kurt Busch, must-win situation for Chase Elliott also. They are looking good right now. Can they spoil Martin Truex Jr.'s spot or even Kyle Busch's? Kurt Busch looking good. He's just slowly picking up some time off of Chase Elliott. Now he's almost 7/10 ahead of a second ahead now. Kyle Larson going all the way down to the inside. He usually prefers the high line. Able to make it stick. Almost clears. In fact, he does clear. Eric Jones all the way down onto the inside. Kyle Busch, if he stays there, he should be good in the playoffs to get into the final round if he can stay in that area. That's about all he needs right now. He's going to have a drastic mistake or even a wreck for him to get out. He's in 5th place right now. That's about his average so far for the playoffs. Kurt Busch in 1st place. He's doing pretty well so far. "90 laps in. Look at that gap between 1st and 2nd with Kurt Busch. Good lead for him. He needs this win, and he's doing good towards it right now. Chase Elliott's been having a very solid day. He needs that. Ryan Blaney, not a playoff driver, but he would want to win. He's still playing for points right now, so a win would go a long way. He's done pretty well in the playoffs. He did get out, but besides that, he's been having a very solid playoffs. He did win at the Charlotte Roval. That is big for him. Joey Logano spins out, hits the wall. He is a playoff driver. This doesn't count for him, though. But if he didn't win last week, he would be in trouble. He has been struggling all day with his car. Driver who's done pretty good since the last playoffs, Clint Boyer, who's moved to, since the last pit stop, Clint Boyer has moved to 8th place. Good for him. He needs a must-win situation for him, and he has made the adjustments to pick up some spots. One person who made some adjustments hasn't really helped at all. That's Martin Truex Jr., sitting in 13th right now. And it looks like Joey Logano is going to try and get his car fired up again. Doesn't look like too much damage is on it. They do have the fire extinguisher out. We are going to take it to the Motor Racing Network Radio, MRN, to lap 150. Thank you guys for watching and continuing to watch.
Is still underway here at ISM Raceway from the spin by Joey Logano. Back onto the green flag shortly with Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, and Kyle Busch making up the front five. Again, we're working on stage 2. Mike Childs joins us from Toyota Racing. He's the Motorsports Marketing Manager. Good to see you here at this beautiful racetrack.
Great to be here. What a great job ISM has done here at the track. Great fan activities, great fan engagement on the infield, and even on the outside where the midway is in our Toyota Racing Toyota Pit Pass area was highly sought after. People standing by, checking out the display, the cars, and huge interaction with our fans.
You guys have taken the racetrack display to a whole new level. I don't think I've ever seen anybody at a racetrack that brings a Ferris wheel.
The Ferris wheel was a huge plus. Anytime we can get people to stand by, take a ride around the Toyota Pit Pass area and see what we have to offer. It's more than just our cars. It's really a relationship with our fans and trying to get them to see more of what we do. And our push right now is mobility. We have a lot of showcase there that we can show them what else we're involved in. It's not just the car world.
And whether you are visiting the local dealership in your hometown or whether you're on the road with NASCAR to come to your favorite track like right here at ISM Raceway, you guys are always here. You always have your cars, SUVs, everything is on display. What is it
is guaranteed.
To take advantage of this special radio offer, call now 1-800-829-5688. That's 1-800-829-5688. Again, 1-800-829-5688.
That green flag was waved off. We've once again received the one to go, and the field is heading into the Geico restart zone. Great news, there's a quick way you can save money. Switch to Geico. Go to geico.com, and in 15 minutes, you could save 15% or more on car insurance.
We will be green on lap 105. If you go back to lap 83, when we put him back under the green flag to start stage 2, one lap down, back at 29, Kevin Harvick. He is set to go. Lead lap from 18th up front. Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, row 2, Ryan Blaney and Brad Keselowski. Row 3, Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch.
Green flag about to be displayed as they enter the Geico restart zone. Again, down at the bottom of the track is Kurt Busch, and he gets a great restart, gets pulled out, but Ryan Blaney's going to go after him, diving down to the apron off turn 4.
The tactic works for Ryan Blaney, who makes minor contact with the left rear quarter pedal.
Side by side for the second spot. Chase Elliott now with the advantage in the outside lane is able to clear Ryan Blaney for that position. Onto the back straightaway. Side by side behind them, Kyle Busch to the inside of Brad Keselowski for 4th. Right behind them, Kyle
Welcome back to ISM Raceway / Phoenix on Truck Talks. Stage 3 is just started. 2 stages down. Kyle Busch wins stage 2. He's now in a spot he's very familiar with, and that would be the first position, P1 for him. Brad Keselowski, couple laps left, takes away third from Martin Truex Jr. That was a much-needed stage win for Martin Truex Jr. He led with about 5 laps left in the stage. He decided not to go in the pits last caution, and he had the slower tires. He wasn't able to stay up front. That would have been big for him. He is not yet solidified into the Championship 4. Neither is Kyle Busch, but a stage win, he's basically in it. Tough break for Clint Bowyer. He hits the wall. Can you basically call him out of the playoffs? And there's a line of drivers that didn't pit last time who are coming in. Chase Elliott's in. Harvick's in. Almirola's in. And Martin Truex Jr. is also in. And let's ride along with Eric Almirola as he comes in. He's towards the end of pit road. He pulls in. What is he going to take? Can of gas, 2 right side tires. They're going to tighten those up. And he's going to be away. 1 can, 2 tires. He's away. Also a tough break for Kurt Busch. He did have the lead at the end of last caution. However, he did pass the pit car on the way into pit road. That was a penalty. Comes in for a lap. He'll go a lap down. Let's look where he is now. He is in 22nd. And the big story right now is Clint Bowyer is basically out. He is now 21 laps down. He has to go in the garage. So that is the tough break. Clint Bowyer, first one of our playoff drivers to call it quits. Or sorry, the second technically. Joey Logano doesn't really count. He's already in the championship round. He will be the first one that needed a win today to call it quits. "154 laps in, pretty fast race so far. It's only been an hour and 30 minutes. And there's some lapped cars that are going through. No one really of note in that pack. Jamie Johnson's in the pack. He is continuing his not very good season. Almost won at Charlotte Roval. Didn't work out, though. He did wreck with Martin Truex Jr. leading to the Ryan Blaney win. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. started in third. He's been struggling lately, though. He is now all the way in 19th. Let's run through your top 10 here at the restart. First, Kyle Busch. Second, Brad Keselowski. Third, Denny Hamlin. Fourth, Matt Kenseth. Fifth, Chase Elliott. Sixth, Ryan Blaney. Seventh, Eric Almirola. Eighth, Alex Bowman. Ninth, Martin Truex Jr. And 10th, Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick, up and down day. He's up right now. He was in 29th in one place, a lap down. He had a flat tire. He didn't pit last caution, and he's been able to pick it up. He has the fastest lap out there right now at 134 miles per hour, 223. So he is the fastest lap out there, and he is definitely the current fastest car out on the track, and he's been showing it. 7 lead changes so far. And it looks like they might be set to go green this lap. As it sounds like they're lining up with each other. Side by side in turn 1 and 2. We have, last restart was probably the wildest of the day. We had 3, 4 wide even, all the way going down to the black concrete down at the end of pit road during the restart. They were going that far down. And they all had to check up. That's where it's going to get dangerous later on in the race. Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, row 1, row 2, Matt Kenseth, and Denny Hamlin. Matt Kenseth finally back to the top 4. Green in the air. Kyle Busch clears Brad Keselowski to the line. They'll dive under 3 wide. Martin Truex Jr. will make it 3 wide. 4 wide even. Kyle Busch clears with ease. Brad Keselowski second. Denny Hamlin third. Ryan Blaney fourth. 5th, Matt Kenseth so far. And 6th, Eric Almirola, who's still fighting for a championship. .57th lap complete. Larson dives all the way into the concrete, and he'll check all the way back up. It looks like he made 2 passes on that. Two playoff drivers out, Joey Logano, Clint Boyer. Kyle Busch hasn't led in a while. He has the lead now. He's almost won at Phoenix last year in the March race. Just short on a bad pit stop. 2 laps to go. Ryan Newman won. So he wants this win now, and he's basically in the championship for if something drastic doesn't happen. We're already halfway through this race, though. But a win would definitely solidify him. And there, Matt Kenseth has some damage on him. High against the wall. Looks like he could have touched a little bit. Chase Elliott will go down below, followed by Eric Almirola, who's going to check it. Good exit by Matt Kenseth out of turn 2. That's the battle for 3rd and 4th on your screen. Ryan Blaney right behind Denny Hamlin. And they will stay even out of the exit. They both stay over the yellow line. If you go up, down, but below the yellow line too many times, it's not just like a little fade into the straightaway. There is a little bump, and your chassis hits it each time. So it damages the car just a little bit each time. So that's why. We're back at ISM Raceway. Kevin Harvickson in 9th. He's going to make the pass on 8th. Alex Bowman. Harvick does have some of the newest tires on the track right now, and he's trying to use that to his advantage as he is the fastest car out there, and he's been pretty much putting on a clinic all day. He's been solidly faster than everyone else besides that mishap early in the race where he cut a tire with 2 to go left in the stage. .167 laps in, and Eric Almirola goes to the inside. He'll get Alex Bowman for 9th now. He's in 9th. He's still in the playoffs. He's got Matt Kenseth just ahead of him. And then Kevin Harvick in 7th, who's just been picking him off one by one. Picked off Alex Bowman and Matt Kenseth in the same lap. But Matt Kenseth does have damage, so he shouldn't be faster than these guys. Eric Almirola goes up to the inside. He'll go right down the inside. Gets a little loose. He does come up onto the inside off the exit of turn 3 and 4 into the finish line. Dives under the yellow line. Kenseth up very high, and he'll clear him down below the line. Yellow line in turn 1 and 2 also clears him by a mile. He's in 8th. Kevin Harvick, 2 seconds till he gets to Kyle Larson. Alex Bowman trying to go after Matt Kenseth now, who's not the fast car on track. Martin Truex Jr. trying to get involved with this battle. Alex Bowman, not a good entrance at all to turn 1 and 2. Matt Kenseth goes high. He'll get 8th just by a little bit. 7th. And he does keep the high line. Truex goes on the inside very low with Alex Bowman. He has to check up, and he'll lose a little bit of ground. Alex Bowman, great exit off of turn 2, and he clears by a mile. Martin Truex Jr. trying to battle with Matt Kenseth, and he'll get him off into the entrance of turn 3. There's our leader, Kyle Busch. Looks pretty good now. He is a half-second lead off second, Brad Keselowski. Hoping to make that stay, or even gain a little bit. He's basically in the championship floor, as I've been saying, but a win would go a long way. He is all by himself in the front. Gained the lead after 2 cautions ago. When Martin Truex Jr. didn't pit, he was in first. Kyle Busch in second. New tires, he was able to pick up the lead. Now he's made it stick ever since. Stage 2. He's in stage 3. He's in the lead. 173 in. As he goes through the start and finish line behind him. There's Brad Keselowski running quite well. He did have the fastest car on track for a little while. He slowed down a little bit. There's 3. That's Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney, very steady day. He's been 3rd throughout most of the race. Not in the playoffs. Has had a very solid playoffs, though, when he's not running in it. Did have that win at Charlotte. There's 4th, Denny Hamlin. Well, hasn't had a great playoffs. He's usually pretty good at Phoenix, and he seems to be doing pretty well right now. With a 4th place run. He's doing very well for himself. A win would look nice on his resume. Won't get him a championship. 5th, Chase Elliott, playoff driver. This is basically a must-win situation for him. And that is 6th, Kyle Larson, who's starting to pick up a little bit on Chase Elliott. Didn't have a great first 2 rounds of the playoffs. Is out of the playoffs. This will also look good on his resume if he can get a win and possibly pick up a few spots in the standings. Fastest car on the track currently, that's Kevin Harvick. Does have 5 seconds to go to the lead. Probably won't pick that up here in this green flag run. So he's definitely hoping for a caution. He is the fastest car on the track currently. 8th, Eric Almirola, must-win situation for him to get into the Championship 4. Solid run in top 10 right now. 8th place for him as he's trying to pick him off one by one. Alex Bowman not in the playoffs right now. He was out after the second round also. Kurt Busch, up and down day. He has hit a new low today, though. Just hasn't. And that is Martin Truex Jr. running 10th. He might be able to make it in the Championship 4 if he could stay in 10th. He is basically the top 4 that is in trouble, if anyone is. It would be Martin Truex Jr. He's hoping to stay in. And we got a battle for laps, it looks like. The Kurt Busch running a lap down in 21st is passing drivers. He's trying to get back onto the lead lap. He's passed most of the drivers. He started, of course, in 22nd, and he has now reached all the way up to 9th place. He is a lap down. He is fighting to get back on the lead lap. He is probably the fastest driver out there right now. He's trying to get back on the lead lap. He's picking them off one by one. Last victim was Alex Bowman. He's out a mile ahead of him. And Martin Truex Jr. is trying to also get a pass off Alex Bowman. That's the gap that he has to pick. He is the fastest car on the track right now. I think he might be able to get there. He's definitely very frustrated. He should be in the lead. And he's hoping it didn't cost him. He should be the lucky dog as Martin Truex Jr. is down low. He'll come check up top and get the lead, get a spot of Alex Bowman. So like I was saying, Kurt Busch, he definitely is one of the fastest cars out there. Could have got himself in the Championship 4. He's hoping that mistake didn't cost him. He definitely still has a chance. He's in the lucky dog position right now as he's gaining on the leader, Kyle Busch. Way ahead of Martin Truex Jr. right now. Martin is in 9th. He's kind of been struggling today, but top 10, you can't really call that a struggle, but maybe for a big 3 car. You got Eric Almirola. He's doing pretty good. Career year for him. Career season. 8th place. Solid run. He needs a win, though. Chase Elliott was very strong early. He's in 5th place right now. He led for a couple laps after a flat tire for Kevin Harvick, but he has fallen to 5th right now, and he stayed there for a little bit. And there is lap traffic mixed up with 3rd and 4th. Denny Hamlin seems to be going through the line as 3, 4th, and 5th seems to be just slicing away at lap cars just like that. Not bad at all. Larson will pass both. He'll get a side draft off of Landing Castle. He'll get down under AJ Allmendinger and make the pass. Right behind him, who's been gaining a second maybe off of him, and has also gained 2 seconds on the leader, is Kevin Harvick, who has been slowly picking off drivers one by one. Larson, possibly the next victim. As he's even, he's on the same second as him. Good entrance into turn 3. probably won't make that big a difference. And Harvick, he's going to threaten for the lead soon eventually. Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski have stayed about even for the last 20 laps. .189 laps in. Field spread out throughout the track now. We're going into a lengthy green flag run. This is about where we get our lengthy green flag run in the races, though. Kevin Harvick is about 0.6 of a second behind Kyle Larson. He's slowly gaining. He lost a little bit. He's trying to get up as Ryan Blaney dives really low. Lap traffic. Paul Menard on the outside. He dove really low to get around him. Denny Hamlin's not going to do that. He's going to try and win it fair and square. And he will clear him. Chase Elliott following suit. They're battling it out. For fourth and fifth, Blaney just has to hit his marks or else he's going to be in this battle. And Chase Elliott trying to draft off of Denny Hamlin and pick up that spot. Good exit off of turn 2. Looks to the inside of Denny Hamlin into the back straightaway. He's able to get it. Works his way up to the front. Makes the pass. Isn't able to clear him all the way. Good entry into turn 3. Clears him into turn 4 to the finish line. And he has him clear. Back here, some Raceway, 195 laps in. Chase Elliott starting to move up the field. He's having a fast run in this long green flag. Ryan Blaney third in front of him. He just gains just a slight... He's gaining ever so slightly on that number 12. Into the back straightaway. Ryan Blaney did have a good exit, though, that one. And look at Chase Elliott just chipping away at third. Ryan Blaney has to go high, though. Chase Elliott down to the inside. Drops low. You see the sparks running off of turn 1 and 2. He clears Ryan Blaney. And we'll give it to MRN to lap 250.
17:06, 800
Kelly, Alex